What's up guys, Meredith with Extreme Terrain, and today we're checking out the Navos Gen 5 12.1-inch T-Style radio fitting all 2014 to 2021 Toyota Tundras. Now the factory head unit at this point is pretty much dated, and most of the time it's heavily lacking the capability that it could have to make your ride much more comfortable, whether you're in your truck just on the weekends or put some time into the driver's seat with an everyday commute. Now that's where this system comes into play, offering a drastic change for the Tundra owner who not only wants some extra tech to enjoy their music and media on longer rides, but also wants to modernize the inside of their truck thanks to the updated features and refined appearance this system brings to the table. This Navos unit will include a lot of features compared to your factory system, improving your driving experience, and I'll walk you through a demo of those features in just a minute. Now, the navigation is one of the big bonuses with the iGo Next Gen software that will do more than just provide a map, but help you just like your phone does with a voice and visual direction, making it much easier to get places. Now, like most modern systems, this will also basically be a multimedia center to play music and video via USB, and because it's an Android system, you'll also have separate access to popular Android apps in the Google Play Store. And the options are endless when it comes to entertainment with this system, with all of the apps that you're able to download, like familiar ones like Netflix, Spotify, YouTube, Pandora, Hulu, and much more right at your fingertips in the comfort of your truck. Now, one of the best features here is Z-Link, which is an app on the unit where you link your phone to be able to wirelessly use Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, which is really notable considering that most units require you to plug in your phone to be able to use those systems, while this one is completely hands-free, making it incredibly user-friendly. Now, with the included mic, you can also talk on the phone and enjoy all the other benefits that Bluetooth has to offer, again being a hands-free system. You can also utilize this as a hotspot, which is something that you don't see too often from head units, making this just one of the many cool features. This also integrates all of your climate controls being built right into the unit for a super modern feel whenever you need to control your fans, AC, heat temps, and more. The system will also be compatible with your factory backup camera if your Tundra is equipped, just with a bigger screen to display it for better visibility, and you can even integrate front and side accessory cameras if you choose to add them to your Tundra. The unit itself will be a lot larger than your factory system, with a 12.1-inch HD touchscreen display with incredible graphics in my opinion, and even though it is very big, it still blends incredibly well with the rest of the dash thanks to the factory style dash bezel. This system will also have a high quality 4x45 watt amplifier with an included equalizer, and it will have digital signal processing for super clean sound with whatever speaker system that you have in your truck. The software is also a big upgrade, utilizing Android's 9.0 Pie operating system that is super responsive to the touch and again provides the refined feel and premium feel of a head unit. Now, it also boasts 64 gigabytes of memory, 4 gigabytes of RAM, HDMI outputs, 5-volt RCA pre-outs for your sound system, and 3 USB inputs, which just adds to the capability of this head unit. It's also going to include some tactile buttons and dials over on the side, so you don't have to sacrifice any factory functions or really anything when upgrading to this system. This system will come in at about $2,100 total with the price of the unit and the required shop install, making it more of a premium system compared to other options available. Now, what I will say about this unit is that it really doesn't miss anything from navigation, multimedia, complete wireless capabilities, especially with the Android Auto and the Apple CarPlay being completely wireless, which is very big, the included Wi-Fi, and the fact that it's simply a huge system while still being well built and good looking on the dash. And I think if you want to invest in a head unit that you won't have to compromise when it comes to features, you also won't have to question when it comes to install, then this is going to be a great pick for you. Again, the install here is going to be effortless at a 0 out of 3 wrenches, considering that all you have to do is drive your Tundra to your local shop. Now, I do want to mention that the radio may not be compatible with other brands of aftermarket CAN bus devices, such as tuners, stop-start bypasses, OBD devices, and speed calibrators, so just keep that in mind when you're checking out this system. Now, what I will do though is show you a full demonstration and walkthrough of how this system works and what exactly you can expect from your new Navos Gen 5 radio. So once you start up your Tundra, you'll be greeted with a Navos and Android splash screen. You'll have to agree to some terms and conditions, and then you'll be brought to your main home screen. Now, this is the main screen with a couple of different shortcuts, including your navigation, You'll also have your time as well as your calendar there, and down at the bottom is your multimedia or whatever music that you are using at the time. You're going to have some buttons up at the top, your home screen as well as your back button. You'll have seek, pause, and play buttons for whatever music that you're using, as well as your volume, in addition to dials on the sides that do the same thing. And you'll also have some shortcuts up at the top at this smaller bar. You'll have your power, your night mode, which turns the screen off completely, your brightness, a shortcut for your equalizer, and you'll also have other information including your temperature, your time, Bluetooth, and Wi-Fi. And on the upper right-hand corner, you'll also have your tab manager. Now down at the bottom is going to be your main menu. First, we'll have navigation, which opens up Google Maps. Next will be the radio. This is going to be very familiar. You'll have AM, FM. You'll have a big chunk of presets in the middle and 6 favorite presets that you can customize for both FM and AM. Your next tab is music. This is where you can hook up your Android or your Apple smartphone and use the music via Bluetooth, and you'll have information down at the screen and be able to browse through playlists. The next tab is your climate tab. This is where you'll be able to control all of your climate via the unit here. You will be able to turn it off. You have individual climates or temperatures for both the passenger and the driver's side. It will disappear, but you will also have your AC and window defrosters up at the top, be able to switch through different modes and control your fan speeds and hide it with the arrow at the upper right-hand corner. You'll also have some tactile buttons for your climate control as well. The next one is Bluetooth. This is where you can connect your Apple or your Android smartphone and be able to use your phone settings like calling and contacts, as well as manage your devices. The next tab is your video, and it is disabled for safety, but this is where you would view all of your multimedia when you are parked and the vehicle is on. Now our last one on this main screen is Phone Link or Z-Link. This is where you would connect to Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. If you're familiar with Android Auto, you'll see that it is up on our screen. You'll have a main map here. This is run by Google Maps. You'll also have your temperature and weather conditions in the lower left-hand corner, and in the lower right-hand corner, you'll have a shortcut for whatever music application that you're running on your phone. Now, down here in this smaller screen or this smaller bar, you'll have a button all the way to the left, which will have all of your apps or a shortcut for it. You'll have your Google Assistant, and then you'll have some smaller shortcuts for your map, your music application, your phone, as well as settings that will come up in this half screen here. In addition to Android Auto, you'll also have Apple CarPlay, and if you have an Apple phone, this will probably look familiar to you. But this is the main screen for Apple CarPlay. You'll have your navigation at the top that is run by Apple Maps. You'll also have your navigation shortcut down at the lower left-hand corner, and down at the lower right-hand corner will be whatever music application that you're currently running on your phone. Now you'll also have some shortcuts for those three, including your phone accessibility. And down at the left-hand corner, you'll see a shortcut for all of your applications that you'll be able to use on this device. Now if you scroll all the way back to your home screen, you'll also be able to view your applications here if you just scroll to the right. Now if we scroll, you'll also have more options on this lower main menu, including Chrome, which will bring up a web browser, and you'll be able to surf the web in the comfort of your own truck. You'll also have Sirius XM. If your Tundra is compatible with Sirius or you have that option available in your truck, you will be able to use that there. Your next tab is Settings, where you can customize this to your personal preference and your system to your personal preference. Your next tab is all of your applications. This is where it shows you what is downloaded to the device. Your next tab is your equalizer. This is also an option to view with that shortcut at the top, as well as in your music tab. But this will have multiple different settings to be able to customize your sound system and your subwoofer, as well as your speakers. Your next tab is your file manager. The next one is your camera system. Now, if your Tundra is equipped with a backup camera, you will be able to wire it in here. You also have the ability to wire in an accessory backup camera as well as front and side cameras here, and it would show on this big screen. Now, if you scroll again to the right, you'll be able to customize a main menu with the apps available on the Google Play Store that you'll be able to download or that are already stored on the device. If you scroll one more time, you'll also see that there is a main menu for your climate control. If you'd like to see that on the unit at all times, you are able to keep it down at the bottom here. If you scroll one more time, you'll be met at the main menu. You'll be able to utilize these home and back buttons to get back to home. So that's going to wrap it up for my review and demonstration of the Navos Gen 5 12.1-inch T-style radios, fitting all 2014 and 2021 Toyota Tundras. And you can find these right here at extremeterrain.com.